Sorry about that, guys. I just thought I was going to get my hair unrolled by the time I got to talk to you guys. So I guess I'll just leave it like it is, and we'll just get started so we can get our math done. Okay, you guys have been so awesome watching everything. I think I'll just worry about it now. We're like family anyway, so you get to see me looking like this. Okay, now today's lesson is in math, and it's lesson 10-2. Represent even numbers, page 433 to 436. Okay, remember with even numbers, even though we're learning this in different ways to understand what even and odd are, remember that even numbers end in 0, this is even, 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. That's what they end in. And so you can have a number. Remember we talked about your number can be so long. It can be in the millions. I mean 1,276,111. It doesn't matter what any of these are. All that matters is this one to determine whether it is even or odd. And if it is another, let me put another one up here for the odd. If it's odd and the end, the number on the end is in, let's say, even numbers end in, okay, in 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. If they end in these numbers, they're odd. So in this case, this would be odd because it ends in a 1. But if we had a number and it was the same one except 4 is an even number. So no matter what all these numbers are right here, it doesn't matter. All that matters is what this one is, and that is even. So remember as we go, so if you're in big numbers and you can't draw things out, because you can't draw out a million things and try to figure out how even it is, that would take you more than a day if you had to do that. And so even if you just drew circles. So just always know when you have a big number, it doesn't matter what it is, only look at the number that is in the ones position. The ones place value determines whether it's even or it's odd. Now, let's get started on our lesson. Move all my curlers out of the way here. Okay, so here we go. This says, this is on page 433, and it says, represent even numbers. Peter has 6 green pencils and 9 blue pencils. Does he have an even or odd number of each color pencil? Even numbers of the sum equal to ends, add ends. So he shows you he has 3 and 3. Now 3 is an odd number, but when you put 3 and 3 together, it equals 6. And 6 is an even number. And you can tell because there are 3 pencils and 3 pencils. They each can be paired up. And so that is an even number. Now you look over here and you have 4 and 4 pencils plus 1 pencil. Well, 4 and 4 would be together, but if you have 1 left over, it's not even because it doesn't have a pair to go with. So it is 4 plus 4 plus 1, and that is odd. So Peter has an even number of green pencils, and he has an odd number of blue pencils. So that is how to do that. Now, on this next one, I actually was drawing all these pencils, and then what happens, we had someone come in to help us out, so which was fine. So I'm just going to draw the top of the pencils real quick. On the top, these are all pencils right here. It won't take me but a second to write these down. Okay, so these are all pencils right here. Okay, so there are 13 pencils. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pencils. And what this is asking you to do is it says, write even or odd if the sum is even, and write it as the sum of 2 equal add-ins. And so let's see. If it's even, we're going to write what it equals. If it's not, we're not going to do that. And so here I look at this. There's 6 and there's 6. Well, that would be even, but there's 1 over here by himself. So it can't be even because he doesn't have anybody to go with. No pairing odd. It is odd because if you added this up, you would be putting 6 plus 6 plus 1, and that would not make it an even pair. So now let's go ahead and go over here and let's look at our next one, which is number 2. Number 2, I'm going to put the tops of these pencils on here too. I just forgot to do it. I got all this stuff done. We've had people coming in and out all day long today, getting all their packages, and everybody's come and gotten their things except for 2 of you. So I'll be giving you a buzz, and so we can find a way for you to get your stuff. But right here, let's look at number 2. We have an even amount of pencils because we have 8 and 8. There's nothing extra over here. There's not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more. There is just 8. And 8 is an even number. And another 8 would make it an even number as well. Now, so we're saying that 16 is an even number. Okay, because if you add this up, you're going to be adding 8 plus 8, which equals 16. And those are both even numbers, and they all pair up. So that is how you can tell that. Now, let's look at the next one. On number 3, which means you have to turn the page to 434. We're doing it very similarly. We're trying to decide if it's even or if it's odd. And we're going to write down the sum of the equation. So I put these little dots on here. It's not in your book, but I just thought I'd do it to make it a little easier. Is 7 an even or an odd number? Well, if you go like this, that's a pair, that's a pair, that's a pair. Oh, that one doesn't have a pair. So it has to be odd. It has to be odd because it does not have an even amount of pairs. And again, when you look up here, odd numbers end in 1, 3, 5, 7. So it is an odd number. So this would be like adding like, well, if you go this direction, it'd be adding like 3 plus 3 plus 1, or how we have them here, it's like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Because we have this extra 1, it is odd. So now let's move over to number 4. Number 4, let's look at this. That's those go together, those go together, those go together, those go together, those go together. Well, that's super. They each have a pair. They have somebody to go with them. So that means 10 is even. 10 is even because they pair up. And also 10 ends in 0. Because it ends in 0, even numbers end in 0. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 is what even numbers end in. So this is like saying, and you can do it the other way as well. If we do it this way, it's like saying 5 plus 5. And 5 plus 5 equals 10. Even though they're 2 odd numbers, when you have 2 odd numbers, when you add just 2 of them, you will come up with an even number. Just like when you add 2 even numbers, you'll be even. But you can also do it this way. The 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 2. And those are even numbers because, again, 2 is an even number. So let's move over to number 5. Okay, number 5. And let's see if they all pair up. See if 14 pairs up. So far, so good. They each have pairs so far. Wow! This also all pairs up. So 14 is an even number. And because for a couple reasons. Number 1, they pair up, so that's even. The 4 is in the ones position, and 4 is an even number. So now we can do it different ways again. You can put 7 plus 7, that equals 14. And even though 7 are odd numbers that are the same that are added together come out even. Now, if you have, you also can do it the other way. You can do it like this. You can do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus 2 plus 2. That should be right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And those are all 2s. so it is even. Okay, now, let's look at number 6. I'm going to read this one. It says, what digits can be in the ones place and even numbers? Well, we just learned that, didn't we? Because I showed you up here. So the numbers we have up here, if it is in the ones, and it ends in the ones, it has to be, and you need to put a comma between them, 0, comma, 2, comma, 4, comma, 6, comma, 8, comma. Well, there's no more after 8, so you don't need a comma there. But you see these numbers, it's like counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. But you stop at the 8. And when you're doing your even numbers, this is even numbers. Okay, this is even numbers. Now, let's look at number 7. Number 7 says, Lydia's mystery number is an odd number, less than 20, and it has 6 more ones than 10s. What is... Yay, I'm finally finished with today's work. I'm going to have to get some more other stuff done, but I think I'm all caught up now.
We're missing part of one.
What?
Yeah, lesson 10-2.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
We need questions 7 and 8 redone.
I already did that.
Off camera.
What? I have to do 7 and 8?
Yes.
On that one?
Yes.
Okay, here I go again. Okay, I got it all written down in here. I actually blamed it on you, but it's not your day and it's not my day either. For those of you that don't know about the days, when I had our kids growing up, we had 5 kids. And so every day somebody had a day. If something good happened on that day, it was like, yay, you did a super job, Katie. Even if she had nothing to do with it. But if like somebody knocked something over and broke it, we'd say, Katie, why did you break that? Why did you let that happen? Well, Miss Bailey's day is Friday, and my day is Saturday. So we make jokes with each other. If something goes wrong or something is good, that we blame each other for it, or we say what a super job and all of that. So we did this with our students, who are foreign students, and one of them went away to China. And it was so funny because she came back from the summer, and we had written down everything that went wrong on Wednesday, because that was her day. And she was like, it's not Wednesday in China on my day. And I said, but it doesn't matter, it's Wednesday in the United States. And so we took this big long thing, we unfurled it and started reading all kinds of stuff that went wrong on Wednesday. So she thought it was pretty funny. So we have nobody to blame this day on, but we'll just take it in stride, right? And we'll make lemonade out of those lemons. But what happened is the end of the video, of this video, did not take. And so I'm just going to do the last 2 questions. And it's on lesson 10-2, and she's going to attach it so that it will be attached right directly on it. So if you see a whoop, and then I go, ah, okay, then you'll know what happened. So page 434 is what we're on, number 7 and number 8. So if you go to your page, page 434, which you're probably on already, and you didn't know that we made this mistake because we're patching it on. Now, it says Lydia's mystery number is an odd number. In fact, I have written it down this time because I have more written. Less than 20. It has 6 more ones than 10s. What is Lydia's mystery number? So, what it is Lydia's mystery number. We know that if it's an odd number less than 20, we know that will, even though the 10s doesn't make the difference, but if it's less than 20 and there's 2 numbers, it has to have a 1. The 1 has to be the first number, so we know that. And so if we know 1 is the first number, and it said it has 6 more 1s than 10s, if this is the 10s position, and there are 6 more 1s than 10s, that means you do 6 plus 1, and what 6 plus 1 equals is 7. And so her answer to her mystery number is 17. And that's how we get that. Got it? Pretty good, isn't it? Okay, now, let's go to the last one, number 8. Number 8 says, Olivia says that 12 is not an even number. And so she said says it is odd because you can add 5 plus 7 and it equals 12, which are not the same to get 12. What is Olivia's mistake? Well, she is right that these are odd numbers. 5 and 7 are odd. But remember how we were talking about two odd numbers make an even number? Two even numbers make an even number, but an odd and an even number do not. But in this case, she is thinking it's odd and odd, so it has to be an odd number, but she's not correct. So as we add these up, it equals 12. The reason why we do know is because 2 in the ones position, right? This is in the ones, is the only number we need to know to determine whether it's odd or even. And it ends in a 2. And 2 is an even number. Now, that her mistake was that Olivia found 2 add-ins with the sum of 12. But they are not the only add-ins. Oops, I put add-ins. It's supposed to be a D here. And they're the only add-ins with a sum of 12. You could say, what? What's other things that add up to 12? That's right, 6 plus 6 is one of them. 6 plus 6 equals 12. What's something else that equals 12? That's right. You can add different ones. You can say, you can even say another number like 3 plus 9 equals 12. Can you think of something else? You could say 11 plus 1 equals 12. And there's many more that you could say too. You could come up with quite a few that equal 12. But these are just some examples. So in some of these, they have odd numbers in them. Some have even, some have odd, right? But they all still come out to 12. But all that matters is that this 2, which is in the what position? The ones position is all that matters. Because remember, no matter how big the number is, you just need to look at the ones position to know if it's even or odd. Because that'll tell you if they pair up and they are evenly spaced. So that is, so I showed down here where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which equal 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12 is an even number, and that's where she made her mistake. Well, I'll catch you next time. I think I'm going to be in maybe an Easter outfit on the next one. That'll be a lot of fun, won't it? Because Easter, remember, don't forget, even though it's a lot of fun, what is the most important thing to remember about Easter? That's right. It's because it's the good thing that the Lord died for our sins. He lived a great life, a perfect life, and he loved us so much. And he went to the cross, he died, but the best part was on the 3rd day he rose again. And I'll be telling you a story later on that has about the resurrection eggs, and I'll be telling you about the story of Jesus. I know most of you know it, but it's really important that you know what Easter is really about. Okay, well, have a good night.